This is hip hop breaking news daily report.
World, it's Rich off of DISSH coming at you live from This Is Hip Hop breaking news daily report. I'm here to report on the Tory Lanez stabbing. Sad news to hear that bro stabbed up in prison, man. And you know, that's unfortunately, it's a good thing that he didn't lose his life though, man. It's a good thing that he didn't lose his life. They say he's right now breathing without any tubes, which is good. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of things going on. We don't have the full breakdown and we haven't solved this case officially on what was the reason for him getting stabbing, but we did find out who did the stabbing. And there's a few videos going around on Instagram about why, and people have their own reasons on why he got stabbed, and which we'll cover on this daily report. But I do want to tap into Lauren LaRosa with the latest, and she could break down a little bit on what she heard about this case so far. So let's get into
that came out. It wasn't confirmed that Tory Lanez had been stabbed up while in prison. I was able to confirm that it did happen. And what I was told in the beginning, it was really, really scary. I was told that he was stabbed a lot of times, that he was airlifted to a hospital, and then they came out with a statement to clarify that he was stabbed 14 times, including 7 wounds to his back, 4 to his torso, 2 to the back of his head, and 1 to the left side of his face. Both of his lungs collapsed, and he was placed on a breathing apparatus. He is now breathing on his own. Despite being in pain, he is talking normally, in good spirits, and deeply thankful to God that he is pulling through. He also wants to thank everyone for their continued prayers and support. I did ask what happened. Like, what I need some more, you know, like context here, like how or why.
We definitely need some more context, you know, on why that happened. You know, because that's what the world really want to know. I mean, it's a lot of speculations about the new evidence brought upon his case with the Megan Thee Stallion situation. Coincidentally, the day after his stabbing, lawyers came with new evidence, you know, to get Tory Lanez exonerated or maybe a new trial. And man, a lot of people, you know, rumors going around, it was a hit, but don't nobody really know, you know. But what a coincidence that new evidence are brought forth and he gets stabbed the day before that. It's just crazy, you know. I wouldn't want to think the industry is that dark, you know, for him to get stabbed right before new evidence. But yeah, man, that's what's going on. Lauren do have a little bit more information on what happened, so we're gonna check back in with Lauren LaRosa and see who did it, you know, and see what latest details she have before we get into some of the videos going around the internet.
So there's an
why
update in the Tory Lanez stabbing situation. So I don't have an update on his health, but I do have an update on the attacker, the alleged attacker. So the person that is alleged to have stabbed Tory Lanez is a man who was serving a life sentence for a murder charge. And according to reports, this was not his first violent incident behind bars. The California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation Center told TMZ that Tory Lanez was allegedly attacked by a fellow inmate named Santino Casillo. This happened at 7:20 a.m. Monday morning in a housing unit at California Correctional Institution, CCI, which is where Tory is being housed. And from all reports, they said that prison staff responded immediately. I told you guys that I found out that after they responded and they were trying to help him, he was then airlifted to the hospital where they found out that he was stabbed 14 times. CO, no relation to your Chris.
No.
Has been placed in a restrictive housing pending investigation because police are looking into this. And he was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole for second-degree murder, first-degree attempted murder, personal use of a dangerous or deadly weapon, and inflicting great bodily injury. So he ain't going nowhere.
Definitely not going anywhere. And it's crazy that that's the dude that attacked Tory Lanez in there, because it seemed like he was a violent criminal. I think Tory Lanez is smart enough not to mess with somebody like that in there when he already got a date. Like Tory Lanez, you know, before these new evidence, he was sentenced to 10 years. So, I mean, he have a date to get out. And I wouldn't think that he'll go in there and cause trouble amongst the other inmates, man. But that's crazy that the dude that did it to him got all of that stuff on his record. Man, sound like you know, a Mexican did it. From what I heard, the reports and stuff like that, man, that is truly insane that happened to Tory. So now somebody that's on the internet, he pretty much say he got a pipeline to the prison system and he got information on what happened. Is it true or not? I don't know, but I'm just here to bring you the report on this dude right here who claims to have information on why Tory got stabbed. Let's tap in and let's hear his side of the story and see if it makes some sense.
And this is about Tory Lanez. This is the person that stabbed him in Tehachapi State Prison, and I'll tell you guys why. Now, the video I did before was just saying that there was a false narrative going on about a Mexican trying to extort him or make him pay taxes, and everybody ran with that theory. I said, no, it was personal. Now, if a Mexican was to do it, it was, you know, yada, yada, yada. But the reason this took place is this dude was a nice guy, respectful inmate, got into a lot of trouble, though. He stabbed a couple inmates in prison. He's doing life without the possibility of parole for 2 murders. And he was in education. He was working in the educational department, respectful, but he happened to be Tory Lanez's neighbor. And at visit, he was flirtatious with his wife. And his wife immediately told her husband. They went back, got confrontational, and Tory Lanez was on the tier saying that he was going to F his wife because she likes black dudes.
No way.
That's what really happened. And I had to go do some digging. I had to go, people kept asking me to go look it up, and I made contact with Tehachapi State Prison to finally get the story down, because a lot of people kept saying it was black on black, that he tried to get a black DP'd and all that, and he was paying other people for protection to have other people hid and trying to be the shot caller on the yard. Then I heard Mexicans did it, and I was like,
that's crazy. I don't know. That's a far reach to say that at visitation, Tory tried to holler at another man's wife. I don't know. That's a real reach. That's the news that's going around, or rumors that's going around, that we got on why Tory Lanez got stabbed. Like I said, prayers for Tory Lanez. Hopefully this new evidence get him exonerated and set him free, you know, because we do need some more Tory Lanez albums out here. I truly like Tory Lanez as an artist, and it's sad that this happened to him. Drop your comments. Let me know if you think old boy's story pans out, or do you think it's a reach? Do you think it's a coincidence that Tory Lanez got stabbed up the day before new evidence came forth for his case? Let me know. DisIsHipHop.com breaking news daily report. I'm your host, Rich off of DIHH. And please tap in for the next one. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. I'm out. Peace.
This is Hip Hop Breaking News Daily Report.